I mentioned the Pelicans have been a completely different team from the time that Zion came back and they started working forward with him. So should they make it into the playoffs, and it'll be tough for them, but if they get in, Windy, are they a real threat with a healthy Zion?
My guess is no, saying that I can't predict what's going to happen in this bubble. You know, they have had a lot of young players on this roster. Even forget about Zion. It would be Lonzo Ball's first playoffs. It would be Brandon Ingram's first playoffs. Yeah, they do have some veterans, J.J. Redick, Drew Holiday, Derek Favors. But if they make the playoffs, it would be a tremendous step for their growth, and they want to make it. This is something they've said all year long. I'd like to see them there, but I don't know if they can make any noise with all that inexperience.
Jay Will?
No, they cannot. And that's not a diss to the New Orleans Pelicans. I think they're one of the most exciting teams in basketball. I think experience plays a major factor when you get into playoffs. Will it be exciting to watch? But when I hear the word threat, I think about a team that actually can challenge for the Western Conference title, and they're not a threat. Maybe potentially get a first round win, maybe, but no, they're not a threat.
Well, let's consider that for a minute. Let's say they're the 8th seed, and they have all those former Lakers. And now suddenly they're taking on the Lakers and there is no home court advantage. Are they any threat in that series at all?
I don't think they're a threat, Greeny, but I will say this. I think the phrase that should be coined here on our show is playoff madness. And with guys, and Wendy, you know this too, brother, like taking 2+ months off from basketball, who knows what guys have been able to work out. Now you're going to try to scale the season very quickly. Injuries. Anthony Davis has had injuries. LeBron had an injury last year. Who knows how things can play out, guys? This is going to be chaotic.
Quickly, Wendy, what do you think?
Listen, playoff LeBron would be the greatest lesson that Zion Williamson could ever get at this age, and playoff LeBron, if he's healthy, would be nothing the Pelicans could handle.
Okay, I can't disagree with that. So, Wendy, what is the latest here? I'll ask you the same question. What are the most important things that the basketball fans need to know?
Well, I think if you're an NBA player, one of the things that you have found out in the last day or so is that there is not going to be recreational drug testing in the bubble. And to be honest with you, I get it. They haven't been doing drug testing at all during the pandemic. They are going to do testing for PEDs, but Greeny, the way this is looking, you are not going to be able to invite your significant other into this bubble for somewhere between 6 and 7 weeks from when you get to Orlando till if you make it past the first round of the playoffs. And you're going to have to be tested every single day for the coronavirus in whatever version of tests that they decide to settle on. Now, could this potentially be a pathway for the legalization of marijuana in the NBA? That I can't say. There's 1,000 other things that have to be negotiated, but the NBA is trying to come to terms with the players and try to throw them a bone here. And one of the things they're going to say is, look, we're going to look the other way. In a state in Florida where marijuana is not legal, but it is decriminalized, and certainly will be decriminalized inside the bubble.
Okay, well, that's a very interesting note there. It's not where I was expecting this to go at all, but candidly, it's the most fun thing we've talked about so far today. What else? How about the on-the-court stuff? Where are we? What's the latest there?
Yeah, so when this protocol comes out, which I've told you is going to be very long, there's going to be a lot of people screaming about things. And I'm just going to say right now, everybody has to just get on the understanding. This is going to be unfair. Like at the bottom of this, at the bedrock, is that we are trying to keep everything safe. And, for example, I hear Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant talking about wanting to go in there with their teams even though they're not going to play. And I would just say the answer to that is no, because the entire concept of this is to take people out of the bubble. And just like these other teams that are outside the bubble, those 8 teams who are saying this is not fair that we don't have the same opportunity to work with our teams. Yeah, it's not fair. That's just the way that it's going to be. The schedule that's going to come out soon, probably this week, is not going to be fair. This is completely unprecedented. And I see people applying rationality of normal times to this scenario, and it's just not going to be that way.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.